Good morning, everybody. I'm with Trail Boss. That's right. Who's hiked the AT. Trail Boss is also my shuttle this morning. Good morning, Trail Boss.
Good morning.
He has done the AT. And Trail Boss, tell me where you're originally from back in when you grew up.
Well, I grew up in the UK, in the country. Used to hike a lot there in Somerset on the moors, Exmoor National Park. And so I guess that's when as a kid I did that, and that got me, I guess, loving the outdoors and the mountains, and that's why here I am. That's what I love to do.
Very sweet. Thank you for shuttling me today. And
my pleasure.
He's actually on tap for about 2 to 3 days of this for me, picking me up this afternoon, and he put me in the right places at the right times. And he knows the trail. He also is a trail maintainer, so he spends a lot of time here. And your wife is on the ATC board.
She works for the ATC.
Oh wow!
Yeah, right there in Harpers Ferry.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great, and I'm about to get out and start hiking, but I want to be sure and get Trail Boss, who is well known. His sign I showed y'all 2 days ago when I came into the roller coaster. There's a big brown sign that was put there telling us hikers beware, and that's put there by.
So let me. Everybody complains to me about building the roller coaster, which is I was one of the crew leaders, and I will tell you that yes. Before we built the roller coaster, the trail was 15 miles of walking on a highway, on a road at the top of the mountain. And no views, no water, only one place to pull off to spend the night. And it was not a fun walk. So eventually the Park Service in the 80s came in and they started buying the land. And they were mandated by Congress to buy land to protect the Appalachian Trail, because so much of it was on the road in those years. And they were told to buy a 1,000-foot strip of land. So once they bought the land, they advised ATC, okay, we own this land. The surveyors are out there marking the boundaries, so send your trail crews in there. So then ATC called my club, which is the Potomac AT Club, and they asked me and another guy if we would put together 2 crews. And each crew had 2 leaders. I had a wonderful friend of mine, also an outdoor guy, a forester, Bobby Lowry, Tree Slayer is his trail name. Anyway, so he and I worked from the north-south, and the other 2 guys walked north, and then we would go out on a Saturday. Bobby and I would go out. We'd go start in the parking lot. We'd walk into the woods, and then we walk to one side until we saw all the boundary marks, new marks on the trees. And then we'd walk across to the other side, zigzag all the way up the mountain or down the mountain, whichever way we were going. And then at around midday, we'd stop, have lunch, and discuss where we thought we should put the trail, based on what we saw on that hike. Turn around, hung flagging tapes on the trees where we wanted to cut the trail. Following weekend, we'd meet back up there, and the trail crew, all the volunteers would arrive, and we started cutting. And because it was critical to get the trail off of that road. It was a very narrow road and dangerous, and so we just put it in as fast as we could. But we were very confined because of 1,000 feet. We come over here and find there's a big cliff where we got to go over here, whether it's good terrain or not. So that was what it was, and so that's how it came about. And that was in the mid to late 80s. It took us 2.5 years to get that pushed through, and then we've been refining it ever since. In the meantime, my partner, he's retired. The other 2 guys have either left the country, left the area, or disappeared. And I'm the last man standing, and I'm the one that gets all the grief for the roller coaster.
Well, it really wasn't that bad. If you're a thru hiker and you're hiking it, you've got 1,000 miles or 1,200, depending on which direction you're going.
That's true.
Under your belt by the time you get there.
That
so
is true,
it's just really.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's better than what it was. You've got a couple of shelters in there, very nice shelters, Rod Hollow and Sandmore, and some campsites.
Well,
yeah, it's okay.
I told everybody yesterday that I'm not afraid of snakes. I'm not afraid of bears. The thing I'm afraid of is road crossings. So, So I'm very happy to get off the road. So it's worth it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Trail Boss, and I will put his number on here for other hikers so you can use him to shuttle. He's doing a great job. Thank you. Thanks. Well, wasn't that great? That's a great guy. His name is Chris, but he is trail boss, and he's been working on the trail for years and years. So obviously, to have done all of that. Today is May the 3rd, day 69 on the AT. I am up at Washington Monument State Park, which is not the Washington Monument in DC. This is a monument up here, and I couldn't get in the state park yet. Hopefully tomorrow I'll go by it. But I am up, this is a monument to George Washington that it's up here on the trail, which I'll see tomorrow. But anyway, I am SOBO back to Harper's Ferry today, where Chris, trail boss, is going to pick me up and take me. And we have a house rented for a few nights for when my wife comes, but we only had it rented for the weekend, but was able to get a deal for a few extra nights, so I have a place to stay and I can slack back, so that's good. My buddy EB is coming again. He hiked with me in Hot Springs. He's coming. EB let me borrow his truck this weekend. EB and LB have been part of my support team back home, getting me supplies, helping me with things. They've been great, as you know already. So they're coming with my wife this weekend. So EB's coming a day early, coming on Thursday, and he's gonna tote me after that, tote me around. So today is Wednesday. He's coming tomorrow. I can't keep today straight, but I gotta get down quickly today. I can't fool around because Trail Boss has got another shuttle later this afternoon, and I have to get my 20 miles in by 4 o'clock, which I should be able to do. This is supposed to be a fairly easy hike. And that's what I'm counting on, but I do want to video some stuff. I'm in this iconic area, this area that has so much history, and I don't want to miss it. I know there's an old church, an old building coming up that I need to film, things like that. Try to give you some history. Try to give me some history. I need to look them up so that I can remember it when I go back and look at it 2 years from now. All right, good morning so far. It's a chance of rain again. I've got my rain suit, and hopefully I won't get wet. It's cold. Temperature was 41 in Harper's Ferry this morning at about 6:30. It feels cool right now, but I'm got to climb here, so I will warm up fast. Talk to you later. By the way, I'm in Maryland. I'm not in West Virginia, and I will finish West Virginia today. Check this church out. Wow. Well, this is the back of the church. I could try to find some history on it. I knew I was going to go by it. I gotta walk down here and film that. I gotta get closer. Wow. Wow. The rocks are slick. South Mountain Summit. What an ideal location for a break. As early as 1750, Robert Turner bought land here on the top of South Mountain. The date of construction is unknown, but by 1790, a full-fledged inn was in operation at Turner's Gap. Since then, the building has been in almost continuous use as an inn, tavern, or private residence. After the steep climb up South Mountain slope, horsemen, stagecoach drivers, passengers, even Drovers and teamsters reveled in the luxury of the famous mountain house. Wow. During its heyday, the inn boasted 21 rooms, bathhouse, a bowling alley, utilitarian barns, pen houses, outhouses, a blacksmith shop, and a smokehouse surrounded it. Wow. Beware of the snarly owl. The legend has it that the shadow of a black dog used to prowl the heights of South Mountain. One night, a huntsman famous as a sure shot encountered the beast. He aimed and fired his rifle. The shot went right through the animal with no effect. He fired again and again, each spot passing through the shadowy beast. Finally overcome with dread, the huntsman fled. All right. Wow. Pretty cool. Historic area in Maryland. All right, here's the inn. That's the inn that I just read about. Man, there's a whole lot more signs over here. This is so cool. I love being in this history. Oh boy, there's a whole bunch of signs. Y'all gonna get tired of me reading. I just gotta take pictures of it. The Maryland campaign of 1862, that's gonna be about the Civil War. Robert E. Lee. I won't read all that, but I am gonna take pictures of it. Wow, a lot of history back there. Whoa, this is things I don't remember anything about at all from history studies. I am learning it all anew again. That was a key Civil War battle took place here. And it's part of our history. I'm walking through it. Pretty neat. Hallowed ground, this cemetery. This is part of where the South Mountain deaths of two generals. Wow. Jesse Reno, General Samuel Garland. The battle for Fox Gap. I know something that's missing from my videos. It's been missing for several hundred miles. I don't know how far. It stopped sometime in Virginia. Rhododendrons. Haven't seen a rhododendron several hundred miles. Still seeing the mountain laurel, but no rhododendrons. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but I noticed it a while back, but forgot to comment about it. I thought I would mention it today. I don't remember when I first noticed it, but it's been several hundred miles back in Virginia. Looks like they just about done here, but they're still gorgeous. They don't smell as strong as they did earlier. Wow. That one over there. Wow. Loaded. Wow. Focus. That's what I tried to do in high school. Focus. It was hard. I was focused on the wrong things. Well, I passed several Thru Hiker buddies. Pigpen, I saw her this morning. Hadn't seen her in weeks. So she's caught back up with me when I went out of town. And I saw Kamikaze. And apparently I got past Wolfie without seeing him. He must have been at that shelter that I went by. So those three guys, those three hikers are three that we've been hiking along together with for hundreds of miles. Like I said in earlier videos, you develop a camaraderie with people, and you come from all different walks of life, from different economic backgrounds, from different religious aspects in your life, but yet you still have a good camaraderie with these guys. I got a couple of more, 3 or 4 more that I've become friends with. So I hope to see them maybe today, maybe if I can catch back up over a few days, I will get to see some of those guys. I just want to, it's a pleasure to see them though. We always catch up with each other when we see each other. That's fun. It's different. It's different than anything else that I've ever done in my life. Because normally, you don't, people that are different from you in different ways, you have very little social contact with them. But this is different. We have a bond, we have a goal, unique goal, and we both gives us a common bond. And it's a lot like us as Christians, how we have bonds with others. I have somebody in the last couple of days has contacted me about, that lives up north and want to take me out to lunch, and our bond is Christ. And they watch my videos and know that I'm a Christian, and they are too. They're praying for me. So it's pretty neat how things work. I just thought I'd put that down, say that on video, just for those of you watching. It's pretty cool what happens out here. If you ever get the chance and you're able to do this, I would encourage you to try this journey on. I will never say it's easy by any means, but it's definitely a challenge, but it is something that is rewarding as well. All right, enough of that. Talk to you later. Wow. 1887. Wow. Huh. I don't know what happened. burned. I don't know. I have no idea where I am. Got some plaques down here that'll tell me. Just came out. Oh, look at that arch. Wow. That's pretty cool. Nothing but grass here, no trail. I'll find out if these plaques, what's going on. War correspondence. Wow. That's the structure there. Okay, well, I heard West Virginia was getting snow, like up at Snowshoe, and 2 days ago I got snow with Snowshoe. Well, I'm getting sleet now. It's about 45 degrees, so it's not going to be much here. The temperature's not even in the 30s, so. But I keep seeing little sleet mixed with rain. I had my rain jacket on and off today 3 times. This is the 3rd time it's been on. And the sun was out just a few minutes ago. And I should have stopped and ate lunch when the sun was out. It would have been a lot warmer. Now, let's see what it is right now. Can you see that? What does it say? 44 degrees. Oh. It's better to me, and it's not for everybody, I realize, but to me, ooh, there's a bench. Yay, this is another blue trail to a shelter. I might go into this shelter if it's not far. Matter of fact, it'll be close. It is, I might eat lunch there. But I was saying I'd much rather have the cold than the heat that I had in the first part of Virginia. This is so much nicer. Let's see how far this shelter is before I go up here. Edward B. Garvey Shelter. Somebody's here. Very nice shelter. Got a loft. Very nice. Tables under cover. I'm gonna eat lunch here. And that wood has been sealed. Wow, very nice. Oh, it's doing it again. Woo! Big sleet pellets. Big, huge sleet pellet. Seems to get colder too when it starts at the sun. I stopped at the Ed Garvey, ate lunch, sun came out a little bit. And now the wind's blowing like crazy and sleet. Oh, wow. Oh my, I got to get out of this. Oh boy. Oh wow. Get up under this tree. Not far from the shelter. I might just go back. Keep thinking it's gonna stop in a second. Oh my. Okay, it stopped. I'm walking in ice. This is crazy. May the 3rd. All the ice is not even melted yet and the sun's back out. This is, and I ain't never seen anything like this. Sleet, and look at all that. Huh. I was worried I was gonna have to find somewhere to get out of it. It was pelting me so hard. It wasn't too terribly bad. And now the sun's shining again. That's crazy. I had ended up back with my raincoat on, my back cover on, and gloves on. My fingers got cold. I'm glad I got that on film. It'd be hard to tell somebody that this is really happening, huh? This is where I came from. This is where I'm going. Got to stop in the ATC today and put my name on the registry. This is a halfway point. They want to know how you've done, that you made it past this point. Should have done that yesterday. I waited on a ride for 45 minutes. It was about another mile walk I could have gone, gotten a ride from there, but just wasn't thinking. So, anyway, I'm rolling on this time. This is the Potomac River, the famous Potomac River. Kind of muddy today. Don't know if it's always muddy, but it's muddy today. Trail walks right alongside. I got a railroad on one side and the Potomac River on the other. I'm going to cross the Potomac to get back to where I got dropped off, or where I stopped hiking yesterday, not where I got dropped off. But I got to cross the Potomac, and I got to go to the Appalachian Trail Conservancy and sign in at the halfway point and get my picture taken, all before 4 o'clock. It's 2:46. Almost running down the mountain. I was running. That sleet and all put me behind. It's a good thing this is an easy road to walk. That slough looks like something back home. We got a bunch of sloughs that look like that. There's a turtle with lots of turtles in them. Oh, it's getting too cold for turtles. I wonder what that is. They hibernate all 6 months. This definitely looks like something in my home county. Bar pit along the Yazoo River levee. I'll show you. I'm sure that's exactly what that is. It's where they dug when they built the railroad. And they dug a ditch, dirt to put on the use of the railroad. At the bar pit here. We call them bar pits. Ooh, big old turtle. See if they stay put. They're not very scared. Where I'm from, they get busted with a 22. That's the little ones. That's target practice where I'm from. There's gonna be somebody that not like what I just said. Sorry. It's algae, all that algae on top. Rather large bridge I'm going under. It's almost pretty bad right there. That's pretty good rapids. So I think this is the point where the Shenandoah comes into the Potomac. Pretty sure it is. I'm walking on a railroad. They made this bridge where they cross it. Pedestrians can cross it too. St. Peter's Catholic Church. Construction of the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal and the Baltimore Railroad produced an influx of Irish laborers into the Harpers Ferry area during the 1830s. St. Peter's Catholic Church completed 1833.